back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, Wrestlers Entertainment Champions. The summer is heating up. It's getting off to a hot start, ladies and gentlemen. So we had to buckle up, strap up, and bring the bad guys with us. Ladies and gentlemen, 348.
348?
Yep.
348?
Tres,
And we still don't know what the titles are? God damn it.
We still can't figure it out.
What it do? Hola.
We appreciate y'all pulling up.
Obito.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, each and everywhere you get your podcast bad guys fix from. Because I know you got the fix. And yes, there's been plenty of action this past week. Shout outs to Mexico Stand Up. Shout outs to AEW. Shout outs to WWE. TNA got some action in.
Hey.
And we're here to talk to you about it, ladies and gentlemen. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Mexico was no joke. A good time. Let's just call it what it is. A spade is a spade, right? We had a good time. We made history in Mexico, whether we were WWE or whether we were AEW. Because, ladies and gentlemen, last night we are about on our 17 and a half of Dynamite still running wild right now, currently over there live in Mexico. But I can't complain because Dynamite's doing what they need to do and put in the hours that they need to do to keep up with the juggernaut, which is WWE. At least that's what it seems like, right?
You had a lot to say about the partnership. You had a lot to say about CML, about all the letters.
But before we continue with those acronyms, let's just help you out a little bit and take this shot so you can knock it in and knock that down.
There you go.
Hey, these shots lead to the salaries. Well, I get inside your galleries.
Is what I was trying to say. CMLL, the partnership with AEW. You had a lot to say about that, and I found that very interesting.
Yeah. I was nervous.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you.
You were petrified?
I was petrified. And not
you know how you're going to live your life without?
You know, when you watch...
AEW by your side?
Yeah, but you know when you watch wrestling, right? When you watch wrestling, there's...
Thinking how AEW did wrong.
And I grew strong.
And then
I saw Moxley in a thong, and I go back. I'm out of space.
Moxley in a thong. What's in this cup?
A lot of LeBron James. Ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of thongs, now if you gonna go there.
Ay, Dios mío.
Trinity Fatu, what you gonna jump in because you
jump in there, please. Let's jump
in. She got old school in her briefcase. Woo!
The best part is she even knows what happens.
She got her bags packed, her money in the bank. I think my favorite thing right now on social media, there's two things, right? We're going to talk about Shiloh in a little bit, but we're going to talk about Trinity Fatu and how she's showing us what is in the briefcase.
I think she should show us more, right?
No. I'm just cutting you off right there. But she did give us a glimpse of what she carries and the Jimmy... Big Jim.
She carries the Jimmy in there.
She carries the Jimmy in there.
Oh.
So does she use the toy?
Hey.
Maybe she uses the toy.
Does she use the toy? Hey. I think the most concerning thing in that briefcase right now is the lighter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the most interesting? Okay.
No, the most concerning.
No yeet.
No yeet? No yeet.
So it is Jimmy though, right?
But doesn't it kind of look like Jay, which is what
it kind of does.
I mean,
they're fucking twins. Don't they kind of look like each other?
But they're fraternal twins.
They still kind of look like each other.
Nah, but Jimmy also had the
So you can't blame her then.
Wow.
I've seen movies about this. Hold on. You can't get mad.
That's called rape.
That is not. What do you even say right now?
When the twins switch. That's not consensual. That's the type of shit this man try to pull off.
Big congrats to her.
What a hard left turn that took.
It's been a minute, and she deserves it. She deserves this push.
But sure, man, she's getting the pop she's getting, the push she's getting right now, the people behind it. It's like, unfortunately, her last hurrah right now because she started our family. She's spoken about it, and I'm here for it. Yeah. You know why? Because you put that clip. Even Tiffy time didn't know what time it was. Because when she like bitch, right?
You not
gonna play it?
All right,
so that was a good promo.
We'll talk a little bit about
Minnesota came out of Tiffy. My heavens.
And what JP is alluding to is this.
I ain't gonna cash in on you now. I'm gonna cash in when you least expect it.
What?
Did you heard me?
Oh.
Look at Tiffy's mouth.
Oh,
May it
for
stay
sure.
open. May it stay open. No, it was great.
Oh.
Listen, anytime you can make your counterpart go off script is a beautiful thing. And she definitely, that was improv. It was perfect timing. Tiffy got caught off guard. And wouldn't we all like to catch? Anyway.
All right.
We don't want to see in thongs.
Wait, what?
Nia Lesnar.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That is not the segue.
No.
Segue.
Brock, I'm here for it.
The
I'm
Weapon
here for it.
X20. You know
Weapon
in the
X.
X-Men Weapon X23.
Yeah.
Right, Wolverine's clone.
Yeah.
This is the
a
real life version.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Okay,
I-
I'm
no
still
lies,
ready
I've
to
been
fight you,
smoking.
Brock.
No lie.
Listen,
Still
bro.
ready.
Brock.
Come down here. I'm gonna get
Listen.
ice to deport you right back to Canada.
Say what you will. Brock, keep her out of Dykeman. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yo, bro. Wildin' with
Why?
that.
You gonna beat them up?
Listen, Dominicans don't care. All you gotta say is Mangarisa and they down, all right? So keep her the Dykeman.
Apellido Lesnar. Hay Chelito. Ya
Que
tú sabes.
Chelito, que sí
Hay
que.
Chelito ahí.
I've seen dudes do worse. Like, let's just be real. I'm just
She's
being
doing
100.
big things, man. She's doing big things.
Good for her.
What do we think?
On her first try, she hit a record in shot put.
That's crazy, yo.
To win this.
That's just
To
tells you
win
genetics.
this.
That's
Genetics,
fucking
right?
crazy.
Genetics is
Genetics
a
is a
beautiful thing.
beast.
Unfortunately, a little too much.
NIL deal for her? What's up?
Yeah.
I think it'd be a no-brainer.
100%.
I think,
100%.
yo, with her build, with her
I'm wondering if
They gotta bring
Lesnar's status right now is keeping that from happening.
I don't think so.
They got to bring in what was her name? Humphrey.
Bailey
To
Humphrey.
Bailey
Bill Humphrey to
Humphrey.
be like her like evil twin.
Tag team?
Tag team. Oh my god.
Oh, God.
The new Kane Undertaker.
The Sisters of Destruction.
Oh my god. Yo.
Wow, Lady Bloodsport.
And I bet you money, you put her in the ring for training, she don't take that long to develop.
That's natural.
She got a straight up F5 dudes. Forget about the
Oh
women's
man, it's a
division.
wrap. Let's get that going.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's an easy decision. Like, anytime you have a second, third generation talent that has some possibility, has the genetic features, you
I
have
can shot put.
You have to.
Yeah.
Especially considering that this is not the early 2000s, late 90s.
But
It's not
can you-
divas we deal with.
we don't know her personality, right?
We don't, but we didn't know Brock's personality for the first 25 years of his
That's
career.
very true.
Well, we learned it.
And then he came out with the boombox. And then he had Paul Heyman,
We wound
They
up.
came out with the cowboy hat.
right?
They came
then
out
we
with
got
the
the lawsuit.
tracksuit.
But beyond that, all we knew of Brock Lesnar was.
That's enough. We needed. That's all we needed.
fair.
That's all we needed to know.
So if she could do that, she could dance bachata.
She's in.
Learning from the learning from the Goldberg. We'll get back to that in a second. I did want to jump back into CMLL because
Yeah,
you
man.
had a lot to say about it, so I wanted to make sure that.
See,
that
the
was
key
clear.
word there is had. Right?
And speaking of had, let me tell you, when you think of Mexican wrestling, I think of had traditions. Like right away, I want to see a tag team match with half of your roster on one side and the other half on the other side of the ring. And then when you're wrestling, keep those Mexican traditions where you don't even need tags. You just jump in and cover spots as soon as one of the other two go out of the ring. Is that how that really works? There's no legit tag in Mexican wrestling.
What's the tornado tag, right?
I don't remember there necessarily having to be a tag. And why I say that is because last night on Dynamite, if you were watching, we opened the show not only with an amazing, tremendo promotion de El Hangman Adam Page para empezar la noche.
Oh, and in Spanish.
In Spanish, my guy. He killed that shit. But after that, we had a 14-man tag team match. 7 on each side. Best believe they didn't always tag in. Bunch of spots where they go in and out. This was more Mexican traditional feel than I got with that triple threat tag team match from Triple Mania, where the Garzas actually won the AAA Mexican titles, by the way, which was I'm not gonna be mad at it. I like that they did that.
Well, you know, people are hating so hard on like the WWE guys. I'm like, you do realize their DNA is in that promotion,
Right.
Definitely,
100%.
by far,
Like they themselves, their uncle,
right.
Hector Garza, right, was a champ over there. Was their grandfather? Well, yeah, no, yeah, the grandfather.
That's a storyline they've used in WWE. The grandfather connects them. Right?
Yeah.
No, 100%. But this is the same narrative you're always gonna get when people go commercial. or mainstream and try to come
And
back.
that's the fight right now
That's
with
what it is.
CML fans and AAA fans.
And listen, in AAA, you have some deeper wounds to heal after Worlds Collide
Oh.
because Octagon came out talking shit.
Yo,
About
that's
Octagon
another
Jr.
separate. Yep.
Because
Talk
not for
about
nothing, it was presented as this is Octagon Jr., this is the son, and it's not the case at all.
Definitely not the case.
It's his name being utilized without,
And he's not
his
happy
blessing.
about it.
Nah,
He's
he's
not
not making
happy.
money. You know why he's not happy? Because he's not making money off of it either.
That part too.
I mean, that plays a big role.
Eh.
But
Oh, yo,
also,
I
his
didn't know
image.
that.
Oh,
Definitely, yeah.
He
Definitely.
came out this week talking shit about it. And Octagon Jr. stayed silent, I believe.
Well, because it's
40 plus years
it's
making that name.
so hard. That's what she said. Within Lucha Libre, where you have, Gimmick Junior, and then you have Hijo de, and yeah, and you're trying to figure out who's the son and who's just trying to, cash a check as the son.
So you mean like La Parka and Ellie Park?
There's big
Parka,
variations
Park.
of La Parka. I can't
Yeah.
confirm that they've all not been.
Pentagon Junior, Hijo de Pentagon. Huh?
Yeah.
No, so it's something that does happen. Obviously happens with wrestling as well. But, I mean, Kane and Undertaker were not brothers, right? But,
What?
But like here's the thing: there's so much money to
said
be
Pussy
made
Dogs.
with
Oh,
Pentagon
I
Junior,
know
right?
that too.
It's the first time WWE gets to actually play into this tradition of gimmick nemesises, right? In New Japan, you had Black Tiger and Tiger Mask. In Mexico, you had Octagon and Pentagon, right? And now we get to borrow that and try to bring it into WWE, who could probably run the ball with it if given the opportunity.
Right. By the way, I love to just realize this. I don't know if y'all have yet, but we live in a universe today where the Lucha Bros and the Usos is very much possible.
oh, yeah, it is.
I see your
Just
Lucha
so you
Bros
know that.
and Usos, and I raise you the New Day. Don't forget, like these are Hall of Fame tag
Oh,
teams
the
that we're
most
talking about.
most definitely, yes.
Did you see Xavier Woods
When
on Monday Night Raw?
when he cut a promo cracking on the fact that these guys lost.
Nah, when he came out looking like the you remember when Dave Chappelle did that skit of the
haters ball.
haters ball, but they were like they went to
way.
history.
Was
Yes.
that a shot at that?
When they went back in Roots?
Yes. New Day haters, bro. I'm telling you. That shit was all over the internet. As soon as I find it, I got you. Damn, I don't know
Go
what
to
the fuck
latest.
just came out.
Right there.
Nah, that's not it.
That's not it?
Nah,
Oh, it looked like it's it.
I'm telling you. He looked like when Dave Chappelle and the Pimps went back in time to hate on history.
I know what
Right.
skit you're talking
Went
about. I
back to
can't remember
Roots
the
and he's
name of the
whipping them
skit though.
He looked crazy. Look, he looked crazy.
Even
In the
Bailey was
best
like,
kind
"Oh."
of way. Look, hold on. This is
Oh,
happening right now.
SmackDown talk, Smack Talk Showdown.
Not yet. Tell me he don't look like
Good God.
Dave Chappelle in that skit. Silky Johnson, that's the motherfucker's name.
Silky
Johnson.
So, is there any? Did he say anything? Like, he just stood
Nah,
there?
he just looked like Silky Johnson.
I found it entertaining when they were going over the.
So big, it can only be made right here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's definitely reference.
The announcement is your boys, the New Day, will be defending our WWE Tag Team Championships.
Are they the champions?
Yep.
Yep.
But it will not be here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Of course not.
Good for them.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we are not haters. We are opportunistic.
Oh yes.
All right?
Yeah.
We understand the market and what the people want. And let me tell you, we know exactly what the people want.
Oh, what do they want?
No nice things.
You next to
This is why we can't have them. All right? August 2nd, August 3rd, live from the lot of SummerSlam MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. The bad guys are going to bring to you the hottest tailgate of all time. No Nice Things Tailgate 3. Live from the lot. 2 nights from lot what were we gonna be? Like Jay,
Like
maybe.
Jay,
I don't know.
K.
Follow us on social media. We're gonna be there.
And I'm gonna peek.
Check us out. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna be there the whole time. We're not going inside the stadium. We're not.
We got them.
Yo, them tickets expensive.
Yes, the tickets are expensive. It's a beautiful night, and we're at MetLife. And the
That's
thing
in
about
our
life,
backyard.
the thing about life is it
talk
can be
about it.
had everywhere.
Can it? Can life be
So
had
we're gonna
everywhere?
be living in the parking
think we're
lot
gonna have it over
and
there.
enjoy ourselves as little festivities. So join us. Come through. Say hi. Come say hi to the bad guys. Watch out for that pre-show, that post-show, and that no-show. You
We're
already
gonna
know?
be there. Come join us. If you're gonna be there, come to the pre-show. Come to the post-show.
You already know.
If you're not gonna be there, join us on live stream. We're gonna be live all night. Maybe.
Somewhat.
Possibly.
Somewhat.
So check us out. It is a must-do. And I gotta shout somebody
And we're
else
gonna have
out.
some things out there.
Let's do it.
We're
Some
gonna have-
things.
we're gonna have some
Some
things
things
out
out
there.
there.
But one of the things that we gotta have out there is we're gonna have our people out there. All right, it's important to travel with the people you know and love. It's important to work with the people that you can trust. Shout outs to Smack Talk Showdown. Another one.
Another one. Another dub.
Sponsor
Another dub.
for the No Nice Things tailgate.
yeah.
Check out Smile
Oh,
Talk
yeah.
Showdown.
Oh,
the
yeah.
dopest game. If you want to talk some schmack.
I'm trying to hit
I
that
mean,
lewd.
yo,
Listen,
we out
the
here.
improv, the
we out here, yo. We
improv.
got copies, and not only do we have copies, we're gonna be giving them out. You know, they sent us a few already.
That lewd adventure looking real good right now. I'm about to hit that one first.
So we got to give
And the
away.
beautiful thing about the game is you don't have to be a wrestling fan to enjoy it.
Definitely not.
It's actually
So
better.
true,
I
baby.
played this game with family. I played it at different gatherings, and honestly, it's all about improv with the sprinkle of the wrestling culture in it. So, and it's beautiful to see what people think of wrestling when they play the game if they're
Yeah.
not casual fans, right? So, it's an awesome game. Make sure to get it.
Definitely
if you
good
don't,
time.
if not, make sure to get it from us.
Big facts.
Bad guys, we got
Big
you.
facts. We got your fix for you.
Got your
We'll
fix.
hook you up.
What's your Knicks?
There's nothing like a good game with Smack Talk Showdown.
Knicks.
Dead ass. So check us out. No Nice Things tailgate live from the lot. We're gonna be there. And if you want to talk some Smack Talk, we're gonna be there playing the game. We're gonna be playing some PS5. We got food. We got drinks. It's gonna be refreshments.
All the
games,
things.
prizes,
Special guest
and more.
appearances from you, the people.
You're gonna be a special guest. You don't even know yet.
Got a couple of the
don't
wrestlers
even-
performers that night
you don't even
walking through
know.
the parking lot for sure.
You don't even know. So come join us
Oh yeah.
for SummerSlam.
August
Just
the 2nd,
remember,
August the 3rd. You're
All
ready.
you can expect is no nice things.
That's right.
Big
That's right.
facts.
That's right. Hey, so
And if you don't believe us, folks, this is our third no nice things tailgate. Our third.
I would hope No
One,
Nice Things
two,
3
three.
The third one?
is the third one.
So if it's a third one, you know that it's good. Just saying, because the sequel usually bombs.
Not this sequel though.
Not this one. Last year was hot
Trilogy,
too.
trilogy.
But let me talk about Happy Father's Day.
Hey.
We didn't really address
It's a
Father's
good
Day.
one.
Papa.
Happy Father's Day.
We didn't
Happy
really
Father's
address
y'all.
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Last
Cheers.
week. Happy Father's Day to all the
Cheers, cheers,
fathers and all the
cheers.
motherfuckers out
For all
there.
the fathers.
Cheers,
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 cheers. I got all y'all beat.
You do.
JP doing the 3-peat.
P doing the 3-peat.
Vasectomy
Talk
coming
to me
soon.
about Father's Mischief. Who's been
Vasect-
celebrating this year loudly on X?
JP been celebrating this
Oh.
year. Shout outs to
Vasectomy
number 3
coming.
coming on the way.
Hey.
Also,
Hey.
shout outs to
I
all
don't
the
pull out.
fathers out there. Tony Khan gives a shout out
This
to
guy
his father.
behind us right here.
If it wasn't for Tony Khan's father, we wouldn't have AEW. So shout outs to his father. Also
his
wanted
wallet.
to give a shout out.
But if it wasn't for Tony Khan's father, we didn't have the Jaguars either. So
Also shout outs to to Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano.
Shout out
Always
to,
doing cosplay.
Cyclops.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
Can't be mad at that.
Always
He
making
does, like, the
moments
best X-Men
for his
cosplay.
making
Kid.
his pitch for X-Men reboot.
We got some more Father's Day activities.
Oh, wow.
Oh, is that?
RG3. Look, he tore his knee doing this.
Oh, that makes sense. Nice DDT there. I like the DDT.
The
there.
piece I love the most about this is that it's his daughters,
Yeah.
right? It's a
Yeah.
dad, a girl dad doing
Who's
the dad
that? That
thing.
wasn't his daughter.
That's his baby mama. That's his wife. That's la blanquita.
Hey.
That's his.
Hey,
Hey,
slow it down on
That's
that
a different
one.
controversy.
Hey,
oh,
listen,
bunny.
great to see him enjoying the summer with his family.
Hey,
I
man.
love how his daughter hit the Billy Kidman.
She did. She definitely did. It shows a vast almanac of wrestling.
That's very
Yeah,
nice.
stuff and things.
Oh my.
Well, moving right along.
Move it.
From
we
good
have-
things to bad things to not so good things.
Oh no.
Jon Moxley's getting a little bit of heat and a little bit of trouble for this moment right here. As you can see, Jon Moxley's about to put his hands on an employee of
It's
AEW.
part of the script, though, no?
Is it? It is not. Not in this instant. And this little push right here.
2 million.
So
2.5 million.
So I think this is a perfect opportunity to discuss with someone that has experience within our crew of working behind the scenes in the productions, on set, on camera, right? Vic, do you ever have to sign an NDA or a waiver or a disclaimer, or if there's ever any time that your hands are going to be put on you as someone either holding the camera or setting up audio or refereeing the match or on the announcement table?
I'm from an era where when you're working backstage, you're working backstage. But if you're at a wrestling show and you just so happen to be the cameraman and Jon Moxley gets to bless you with something like this and pushing you down to the floor, I would have made sure that, I made the camera look like really, really, good. Make it look good on the way down as I fall, and said thank you very much, Moxley, for being so creative and including me in such a monument of a moment. But
So you're insinuating he missed the angle. He should have had a push angle POV.
We should be talking about that. We should be talking about how the camera
missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
I don't know.
So is that the production truck?
I just don't. No. That's more of a communication from the booker telling the cameraman, hey, listen, Moxley might go off.
Well, see, that's the part.
and-
Therein is the rub, right? And I'll look at it from an employee point of view, right?
Yeah.
How much is this
Whack.
cameraman working?
Yeah.
And how much is he making?
That's the problem. When you don't
Right.
pay your camera,
If you're not paying a guy, and then out of nowhere he's getting shoved, and he's not expecting it, he's gonna want some sort of compensation, right?
Yes.
That's not just a regular night in the.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to me, right? Because and honestly, in a majority of contact sports, right? I'm gonna say two specifically, NBA and NFL. Camera people are at risk at all times,
Yeah.
See,
and
but
it's understood.
there's an inherent risk to it. It's never on purpose, right? It's never intentional.
It's not scripted.
This was intentional, right? It wasn't like Mox accidentally stumbled and like elbowed him. He went over and shoved him.
Yeah, he shoved him. pretty
I'm
good.
going to assume, and these are assumptions, we don't know what the
It's
case
a
involves.
$2.5 million shove.
Fractured
I don't think
tibula.
it's 2.5. I really heard it's like 25 grand. Am I missing something?
No, that's not
25
what I
grand
heard.
for a camera spot
That's
that
not
day.
what I heard.
It's a good payday. for a
That's not what I heard.
Dynamite.
I heard millions.
I heard 25
I mean,
grand.
after arbitration, that's what it might end up being. But
Maybe
Hey.
that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's just the net.
maybe you're like, he's gonna get 25.
I think it's one of those things you gotta, you risk as being a
I feel
wrestler.
this should have been taken care of in-house. And it
100%.
shouldn't have reached the point where A, it's in litigation,
Right.
and B, it's out on the net.
But ultimately, to that point, whose fault is it then? I'd say it's Tony's fault
Why?
because he's the booker and he's the one that if you're gonna make sure you want to get it taken care of in-house, he has to step up and make sure that gets done.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
Well, the problem is when the booker has no control of the talent, then what are we really talking about?
25K.
Because what is Tony Khan
My
going to tell
camera work,
Moxley?
baby.
What's he going to tell Moxley? John, don't push the cameraman. It's not nice. Think Moxley was gonna
I
say
can't
this?
even imagine
I
how
don't-
that conversation looks like. to
I
be
don't
honest
even
with you.
know. Consider this. Tony Khan is the motherfucker that was like, "Oh, my life was in danger when CM Punk was yelling at me."
Oh.
So before JP throws the mic,
So you're
think
telling,
about
you're
that.
saying Tony Khan is the witness, the key witness?
Tony Khan got a lot of.
He shot himself in the foot, is
Yeah,
basically what.
yeah.
Goddamn.
No, because
So when you set the standard like that, I guess that's what happened.
now, how dare he not make sure this gets
Right,
settled in house?
right. That's even more of a reason why
Come on,
should have been settled
man.
in the house. Missed opportunities. Does Moxley care?
Not a damn fuck given.
Probably not.
He's headed to the next show.
My thing is
we're
also
on our way to the
my
next
thing is
show.
also for that cameraman. How does this affect his future opportunities?
He probably
'cause
won't be
that's-
around much longer after
You know what I'm
this.
saying? Like, not for nothing, you take that chance. I get it, But are you gonna get booked again?
I'm guessing. I'm guessing this is it's his last shot. We're getting some cash out of.
So make sure you
AEW.
cash out, baby, because this is it for you.
Wow.
It's people are different perspective,
Speaking
right?
of,
So
I'm glad you said that. People are different perspectives. CM Punk is getting A-Rab money because you gotta secure the bag. We getting A-Rab money.
Secure the bag.
So CM Punk once told The Miz to go suck. If I recall,
is a family show.
Pardon my French, but I believe it was suck a blood money covered dick.
Wow.
Right, that's what he told The Miz about going to Saudi Arabia, and now
your transition to Shiloh.
Now,
I love it how we're getting there though.
now he's going to Saudi Arabia to face John Cena for the WWE title.
Yes, he is.
And John Cena is calling out his hypocrisy. He's like, if he wants what he can't get, he's going to have to go where he doesn't want to go to get it.
Beautiful,
Once again,
beautiful story.
Arc.
Way to title
was
in
good.
there.
I mean, it's staying true to what John Cena's promises. He wants to ruin wrestling for us,
yeah,
right?
He's little.
And what way to ruin wrestling but to make one of our, what is it? Pure edge, straight edge,
Anti-heroes.
Anti-heroes, straight edge. What better way to ruin wrestling than to make him sell out?
To corrupt them?
Corrupt him. To make him a hypocrite. It's as bad as Jericho making him drink Jack Daniels.
Oof.
That was.
I remember when he slammed that bottle. That was good.
That corn syrup.
I guess in the meantime, let's go check on Miz. What's Miz doing? Is he sucking a blood money covered? No.
No.
Oh, he looks awesome
Leave
there.
Maurice alone.
Wait. Who's that? Who's
Leave
that
Maurice alone.
Is that somebody? Whoa!
No, you're mispronouncing it. It's Wardlow.
Wardlow.
So
you know Dominican?
And that's
Wardlow's going on over
he's not
here.
Dominican.
War in the Lord is going on over here.
Yo, what?
It's like a wow.
Yeah.
So
Hold on.
apparently somebody's making an issue of this.
Yeah,
right?
how the hell are we still having American Gladiators?
We cannot put peanut butter on the jelly slice. We have to put jelly on the peanut butter slice.
I'm sorry, the peanut butter is touching the jelly. I can't
So
have
wait,
that.
do you guys put jelly on one side of the toast and peanut butter on the other, or do you split the toast in half?
You took
Jelly
jelly on one
or
side.
do you put peanut butter then jelly on top and peanut butter?
Peanut butter, jelly, you eat one, then you eat the other one.
I get the one where it has
but
both
how do
of
you
them
eat
in,
it?
and I mix it, and then you just slather it. You know the jar that has the jelly in it? Yeah, the Smuckers, and you just mix it.
I hate you.
You
Mix
that?
You just stir it, and then you
Smuckers
smear
is a
it.
crime.
mixes
It's a crime. You go to jail if you buy
He
Smuckers.
mixes
Oh,
it.
no,
though.
hold on. You mean the goober? Like the...
Yeah, but he mixes it.
That shit is delicious.
He mixes it though. You heard?
delicious.
He mixes it first before he puts it on the bread.
Why you do that?
That's madness.
Well, I mean...
Summertime.
Isn't that what's happening in your stomach?
No, because usually it comes like it's
I eat
lines.
it. I eat it straight out the bottom.
Wow,
Straight
so
out the jar.
you guys don't want to integrate your sandwich. You just
No,
gotta keep it
like
on
a spoon.
separate
Like I have a
sides.
spoon and I just eat it
No,
off the spoon.
I think the
So-
flavors together, but everybody has a different way of doing it. That's what I was asking.
So I heard spam,
Some people
peanut
put,
butter, jelly, and egg on a sandwich.
Moving right the fuck along.
That's
Well, man,
that's
listen,
what I heard.
Sounds like
Listen,
something
listen,
that's
listen,
had way too
listen,
much.
Peanut butter is utilized in many cuisines that we don't realize. Like
Wings.
for example, wings.
Wings.
A lot of
Shout
things
out
are
to
fried in
Blue
peanut oil.
42.
If you knew, egg rolls, everybody's favorite, they're sealed with peanut butter.
What?
They utilize peanut
No
butter.
wonder
to
I don't like
seal
egg rolls, bro.
The edges of egg rolls.
Well-
so if you are allergic to peanuts, be careful with egg rolls.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But
Shout out to
Jonathan
Washington
Coachman
Carver.
knows what he's talking about.
In real
Juneteenth.
time.
And he's got...
Happy Juneteenth.
Yo,
goddamn.
Jonathan Coachman is
And I have yet, when it's in context, I have yet to be wrong. So I
That
just
part.
found out there's a name, a female name out there that is this close to signing with the WWE. Any guesses?
Nikita Blackheart.
Britt Baker.
Ding, 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 ding.
TMDs. Nuts.
So, apparently,
Apparently.
Britt Baker is on the verge of signing with WWE.
You know what makes it really weird though?
All of it.
I've seen a lot more of Adam Cole pop up on the WWE, and that would make for an awkward interaction if they were both to magically show up in the near future. No.
I mean, as much as Andrade and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that'll prevent it from happening.
Right.
But maybe it'll be a little awkward.
It'll definitely be awkward. A lot of revenge. Oh, never mind.
Stop it.
But Adam Cole's happy where he is, mid-carding in AEW with no, what were you gonna say?
Britt Baker has to leave. Britt Baker has to leave.
I feel like we say this to all of AEW talent.
Well, here we are.
Message.
They really got nothing out for her. She's already got a negative reputation.
I'll
So
take
just
over
go.
Tessa.
I think after,
I'll take her over Tessa 10 times.
I mean,
already.
that's yeah.
After the Blake Monroe signing, I think this is the time for sure.
Oh yeah.
What does the Blake
For sure.
Monroe signing have anything to do with anything?
Just the fact that it's the biggest name to come up from
AEW?
AEW in some time now,
You
right?
think so? I think in a minute it's been
Especially AEW original.
Well,
if
I
you
was
wanna
gonna say it's the AEW OG, right?
right.
Yeah.
It's not somebody
That's
that
a big.
wasn't
That's a
E
big
before.
get. That is a big get for the E.
So-
That's a big get.
And obviously they've had their quarrels in AEW.
You know
That's
what's a
easy
garbage
storyline.
get?
What?
And it's
Don't say it.
Say it. No, now you have to.
I mean, the worst
an
get that
obligation.
we're seeing happening soon.
What?
We're about to watch an aged man from Atlanta
Oh.
decide to try and sacrifice himself to Austrian juggernaut.
Listen, all I know is the best of beefs are not aged 58 days.
That man, look, I don't think his knees are going to make it down that ring. You do understand that they make them stadiums huge in Saudi, right? Like how
Well,
he,
they
bro,
gave the Undertaker the mid entrance where he came up in the middle of the
Goldberg
fucking
comes
thing.
out the locker room, bro. He's out here kicking his ass before he even gets to the ring.
He's used to having those long walks to
You know what I'm saying?
he's going to need a segue from
But you know what the
from
problem is with
locker
those
room.
long
The entrance
walks?
is half the match.
Is that people were commenting during the segment he came out that he was limping in the ring.
That was crazy.
Midway.
He was limping through it.
Midway through his entrance, yo, for real, like on some shit, he's gonna be walking. And Michael Cole's gonna be like, yo, check.
Heel 10, baby.
You gotta check out Foco.com for all your officially
Listen,
licensed
just because
merch.
Father's Day just passed doesn't mean they ain't present. So
That's
make
right.
sure to get your gifts.
It doesn't mean Goldberg's kid ain't disappointed already.
Ain't nobody ever been mad at a belated gift. You know what I'm saying? Especially
Someone-
put,
Someone's ready.
Someone is ready.
Gunther said, I'm next, I guess.
Yes.
I guess I have 3 minutes to spare.
Wow. Good
Wow.
job. Good
my
job.
thing is, like, and obviously, there's many people have had something to say about it. Bubba Ray being one of those people.
Yo. Bubba was
But yo,
off.
after you have Gunther just take away and Jay's streak as a champion beyond 60 days, before 60 days, that's the next person you feed him?
Yeah. I mean, let's think
That's
about it
what
like
we're
this. If let's say Jay doesn't win this, Jay wins that match, right? Now we have to give Goldberg a match. This is only telling me that on the contract it said it had to be a title match.
Here's my
And
thing.
and now we had to figure out a way to just throw him with Gunther.
So Gunther,
with the belt on the
So what
line.
you're implying is that Goldberg caused this no matter what.
Yeah, the
So that's
contract of the match
so that's what
is
people are
why
doing.
it's kind of why
So when you talk about insulting intelligence,
big time,
Uh,
big time.
How good is Goldberg's kid that we're going to have to sit through this main event?
Is that what you think it is?
I
Is that
feel
what
like it's a
we're-
play for Goldberg's
yeah?
kid. where
It could be.
It's
It could
Goldberg's kid, and it's nostalgia money in Saudi, right? They love to watch their throwbacks.
so you're,
They want
you're
Yokozuna
insinuating
next
the
month.
son is gonna partake their role.
I'm sure he's going to be an NIL at some point.
Yeah, for sure. But you think he plays a role
No.
in Saudi?
My hope is if they have enough money in Saudi, which they do, Brett gets his fat check that he's been bitching about for years, and he mule kicks Goldberg in his final match.
I mean,
Yeah, but
that's-
that'll turn Gunther face.
He's turning face regardless.
that is
He's
fair.
faced this entire match.
Well, remember,
When he
here, but not in
Gunther's
Saudi.
When he
entire
comes back to America after this match,
Yeah, he'll be-
he's getting the biggest pop.
That's fair. But in Saudi, he might not.
He might not, but I'm saying when he comes back home,
Yeah. No, I agree.
But I do have a question for you because Bully has his thing to say, and everybody.
Bully has a
something
lot to say lately.
I do.
Bully has no contract. He's trying to say as much as he can to get paid.
I want to play this brief moment for you guys, and just
Do it.
I want your thoughts on this. Just feel the moment for a second.
Already shaking my head. Why? Why is going through my brain? Now, I'm hoping he doesn't cough like
Let me get that
Gilbert.
picture. Y'all didn't feel nothing about this, though? Like, y'all want to hype a little bit?
Not in the least bit, bro. I was
Yeah,
more
you know
focused
why?
on his limp to the ring.
But you know why?
That was too distracting to me.
It's to his own detriment. Unfortunately, if this was the first time we're seeing Goldberg since the heyday of Goldberg, that would be a different experience. I'd be hyped. Goldberg after all these years? But we've seen Goldberg 2 to 3 times already now. And 2 out of the 3 times were fucking hot garbage.
We didn't like it.
Remember when he crippled The Undertaker?
Yo.
Remember
he got concussed
remember
twice in
when
that
he
match.
robbed us
He got
of
concussed
Bray
twice.
Wyatt being a champion because we had to listen to his.
So, sue me for not caring.
No, we're suing John Moxley.
No, I understand that. But sue me as well, because this doesn't move a needle for me. This is when the brisket has gone bad. The bark has barked too far.
Meow.
He said he got an extra crispy bark.
Yeah, man, this ain't it. Especially considering the fact that we're talking about Gunther. Gunther right now is one of the most dangerous men in the ring. And he just beat the Yeet movement. And you gonna give him Goldberg?
If he doesn't decapitate him in like 1 minute, I'm gonna be very upset with the
2
booking.
things. One, he's gotta kill it.
Yep.
But that's the problem. They're gonna show him. They're gonna be a spot in the match where Goldberg is beating Gunther.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the part that's unbelievable.
He's gonna hit his
to me.
spots.
I can't buy into
The
that.
jackhammer's happening. The spears are happening.
But here's the
If
part
I'm
I'm scared
Gunther, I
about.
don't want to take a jackhammer from him.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
He got his whole career ahead of him. This guy gonna dump him on his head.
Yo, Undertaker almost died on that shit. Like I don't want no parts of
Dude
that.
does not have the knees now. He didn't have the knees 2 years ago. You think he all of a sudden?
That's what I'm saying.
So in terms of like the nostalgia of it, right? You made a really great
Now
point.
we have YouTube.
right? Nah, but like
Shout out to WWE.
his
Vault, by the
last
way.
couple of matches have just been ass.
Right.
That does not make me. I think it's kind of ruined his legacy.
Yeah.
Right? Goldberg and Sting had very inverse operations. Like Sting, upon retiring, right, like that arc that he had in AEW was dope as shit. I thought they did right by him. I thought that like he looked fantastic. His matches were great. They protected him. Right,
Well,
but even then, he was still jumping off of shit, and he was still like.
But that was the thing. Like there was a give and take. I think they were there trying to give him that high note, especially after what he had to go through with the WWE, right?
Who?
Sting.
Yeah.
And Sting took advantage of that, and he embraced it. At the same time, he made sure he got all the other talent over that he was working with.
That's
right?
never been Goldberg's
He
MO.
increased their value. I don't see how this increases Gunther's value.
Any
Not
of
only that, but also,
unless he sacrifices him.
but also Sting's persona itself led for his in-ring work to be able to change a bit, to have a little bit more levity, to be able to have the spots he needs to be able to make it through. Goldberg's entire repertoire is intensity and explosiveness. And when you don't have any intensity or explosiveness, it doesn't work.
and,
What do
and
we
it's
have?
gone.
It's like trying to have sex with a flastic penis. It's not going to work.
Crazy.
That's why Blue Chew is so popular. That's why you have all these, ED pharmaceuticals
Let
being
me
thrown
save
in
you
your
from
face.
yourself. So look, Nick Nemeth said in his own words, it's like smelling a smell that takes you back 30 years to the playground at recess, and then 30 seconds later you remember that there are 7 other hours to the school day.
Wow. So poetic.
Yo, real talk, like
Nailed
when I walk past like a locker room, like I get like that nostalgia, and then I remember practice. Like fucking going through practice and doing stairs and doing
And that's on fun.
double sides
Doubles.
and running 100-yard dashes.
Two a days during camp.
that
So much
shit-
fun when you think about those days.
Nah.
Well, that's how we feel about Goldberg. Well, Goldberg has Oldberg. I like that. Oldberg has feelings about himself.
Ooh.
Yo,
He
just
says-
keep this in mind.
feelings.
We've been calling Goldberg old since he was an active wrestler.
Since he was young.
Because Gilbert, right? He was old dude, wasn't he?
Gilbert was fun.
Gilbert was old. But
He was old. So it tells you a lot.
Goldberg says 50% of me is better than 99% of pricks on the planet.
Wow.
What you said about Scott Steiner?
That's a lot of Steiner math right there.
This is.
I mean, to a certain degree, he may be right. In indie wrestling, not in WWE. If you're telling me he's coming out, no disrespect, but MLW, people will pop. It's Goldberg. Unexpected.
Even then, I feel like they wouldn't pop that hard. They'd be like, oh, what happened?
Based on that statement, I think there's a large 0.1% that he's not talking about here.
Listen.
You know.
Is he talking about the fact that he's athletically better than 50% of the people in the world? I mean,
That's
I guess
also
so.
not accurate.
I think that's the unfortunate truth.
It's also not accurate. But something that may be more accurate is Conan.
Oh!
Conan.
And one last piece. Once again, Goldberg has a limited amount of movesets in the ring to begin with. Gunther is the ring general. So he'll have a great match with a mop, right?
Right.
But Goldberg, for what his repertoire is, it's gonna look bad. It's looked bad the last 3 times. It's gonna look bad again, unfortunately.
The next 3 times.
It's not gonna move the needle.
It's going to look like a Regal Goldberg match. If you all remember
100%.
that.
Yeah.
And that was in his
That's what I'm
prime.
expecting, yeah.
And that was in his prime.
Yeah. Big
Shit.
Facts. Big facts. Speaking of shit.
So Conan.
You know he's Cuban, right?
Yeah, you say that every time.
You know he has a podcast?
Because yeah,
He's
he
Cuban.
does this.
Have you ever heard it?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
What?
Sorry.
Heard what?
Conan's podcast.
Conan's podcast.
Yeah, no, he got a good show.
I just, you know,
Conan's
Conan was
podcast,
pushed.
the one that reaches out to us on DM every once in
And,
a while.
and he asked if we listen to his podcast.
Yeah. And we're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool, I'm going to put you on the podcast in a couple weeks. And then
Here we are.
10 weeks later, he's like, yo, you listen to a podcast?
Listen,
Nah, man. Nah, not anymore.
I like to mention it
You know, fuck
because
Disco Inferno while we're at
it
it.
gets lost. It gets lost in the shuffle.
Not
He's
even
been
his
pushed
wife.
as a cholo his whole career, right?
Yeah.
So I just like to mention the fact that he is Cuban indeed,
You've now mentioned it twice.
because it's important.
I think there's a third
So
time
you're
coming.
saying he has more in common with Cody Rhodes than he does with any of the luchadors that he once was the champion over?
Is his fact though the fact that he trained in Mexico? I think kind of overrides that
Well, he says
because
that.
Cody's a quarter Cuban, right? So
What's Cuban B saying, Mischief?
it's as good as Cody celebrating Juneteenth, right?
Basically, he calls people that criticize the women virgins. He says,
What?
He says, WWE
word.
women get hate from guys who can't get laid.
And this is 100% correct. Yo, there's a bunch of creeps.
Not wrong.
There's a bunch of creeps in the universe, bro.
I mean, you all heard about
Stalkers.
that crazy stuff going on with Roxy, right?
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Big
Kat
shout out.
Dennings.
Shout out to Rox. I'm sorry. She has to
Kat
go through
Dennings,
this kind
yes.
of-
Kat
Kat
Dennings.
Dennings.
Kat Dennings,
Oh,
superstar.
God.
She briefly mentioned her potential interest in wrestling,
What?
and the fans jumped her so quick that she was like, I ain't watching
I'm
that
good.
shit no more.
She watched SummerSlam 2 years ago, made a comment about how it was interesting, and within, I'd say, 10 minutes, IWC does what IWC does, and she's like, nah, I ain't down with this nonsense. And
Not
But
not
what was
so
it they were
much.
doing?
oh, if you love SummerSlam, you gotta watch AEW.
They overwhelmed her. I thought they were. I thought they were creating, shows your tits.
I'm sure that was getting thrown out there too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same crowd.
yeah.
Stop being virgin.
It was
bro.
creepy. Let's say,
Act
let's
like you've
say
been
the
there
least.
before.
Right.
Shout out to Ricky Morton. He responded, true words. Women's wrestling has been fantastic the past decade. Created many stars. I only wish I had started earlier. These women deserve their own respect. And I
Facts
mean, we're
on facts.
staring down the pike at Evolution.
Listen,
It's a mystery.
It's getting to a point now where, like, you know how they used to say, "Oh, we have the best women's roster," and a lot of the women rosters are very talented.
Who's main eventing?
Every day
Evolution?
there's somebody new popping up, and for some reason, Shawn Michaels finds out all these dimes. He just has an eye for talent, I guess, because they just keep recruiting the finest of finest to NXT.
Ken Parker.
Make sure to look out for Nikki Blackheart,
Well, to your
Dominicana,
question,
Nikki Blackheart.
To answer
with
your
the Power
question,
Slam of the year.
You had mentioned
Who's main
It was
eventing?
supposed to be.
It won't be Liv.
Yeah.
Liv and Nikki Bella were starting a tremendous. Yo, we even played the.
Yo,
the
what a
segment.
great
did.
promo. Great following already.
Real
Big
talk.
build. And
And I'm not like no hyperbole, no bullshit. I think that so far that's promo of the year for me.
damn, yo.
For me, Liv Morgan's promo to Nikki Bella was promo of the year. The way her delivery of that promo was so real,
Yeah.
was so intense. That shit sold it for me. Like, yo, no doubt
That's
there's
big.
been pretty solid promos this year.
So better than Cena?
way better
Which
than
one?
Cena.
Cena had a few.
The
Because
original.
we could talk about Cena, bro, but this heel run has been kind of.
I want it to end so fast just so that he can go babyface and
Just
end
so we
on
can
a
finish
decent
it?
note. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't even really make sense.
Pacers Force, Game 7.
Boo.
Oh, thanks for that random note.
It just happened. So, to the people to know, it's going to be unfortunate.
In the
Game
world of
7.
scripted sports.
Unfortunately, we got another game to sit through.
Well, Conan.
Fun fact
Go.
about you said Liv Morgan is. I'm talking about Liv Morgan, but I really mean to talk about Monet and not
Ooh, Mercedes Monet getting
not,
the beast.
not Mercedes Monet. My bad. Monroe, not Monet. Monroe. And it's
Why
not.
are you this person?
It's not Mercedes Monroe. It is the
She's dating?
newly added to NXT. Yeah, I thought you were pointing at her.
Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe.
Mariah
But funny
May.
fact about that, there is also another Blake Monroe.
She's getting the beast.
Mercedes Monet. She's dating the beast.
No,
No,
that's not what you said.
I know where he's going
Said
with
she's
this.
getting the beast.
I know where he's going with
Pictures
this.
validate.
Old school, can
that
you
she's
please
dating-
enlighten them on the other Blake Monroe that exists?
Oh, who's the other Blake Monroe?
Y'all remember when Paige came out with Charlotte and Becky, and then they had that cool nickname that lasted 2 days, and then y'all remember the reason they stopped that nickname?
Nah, what was the nickname? Do you remember?
Wasn't it like PCB or some nonsense like that?
I remember.
Which turned out to be an adult.
PCP, PSP,
It ended up being
Paige,
an adult website.
Oh, an adult website.
Paige,
Yeah,
Becky,
So,
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Blake Monroe is a adult performer.
Google's Blake Monroe.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
But you know what makes it even worse?
There's more.
Do you understand why she chose the name Blake?
Why?
That's her niece's name.
No!
And Monroe from Marilyn Monroe.
Oh my God!
And there's a
I thought she
Sabrina
was
Carpenter
perfect. I thought she was purposely
influence.
doing that.
No.
No way.
No, Blake is her niece's name.
Get the fuck, because that kind of is like.
Whoopsie.
Not. There's no such thing as bad publicity, right? So I figured that's what she was going with that, and. Wow,
that was
interesting.
purposeful?
Yeah, I thought that was very
That
purposeful.
she was trying to.
Because she looks just like her. Like they look like very similar.
So-
Blake Monroe.
Yeah, the character with the other adult star look very similar in
I
and
is
style.
attire really what they look similar?
So not
Yes.
only an adult performer, a former adult film star, but also the name of an award-winning burlesque dancer.
Oh, well, you look at that. So we just marketing everywhere, aren't we? Huh?
So I think the fact that it's a former adult star, they're keeping the name.
that makes sense.
Because I just Googled it, all it
I
comes
just
out
figured
is
it was
her.
good publicity. to
It's
be
not-
honest
I
with
don't
you.
see the
didn't think
adult
it was
star.
anything bad with it.
Well, I
But
don't know.
interesting
If
that they took that chance, though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
she's gonna do a bathwater soap, just like
Yes.
Like Sydney.
Cindy Sweeney. Yeah.
I feel like she was probably
It's
going to
crazy
sell
be-
faster.
It's crazy because I asked WWE shop just yesterday.
And she signed her contract this week and got it in. Fatal Destruction, Attraction, what the fuck is it?
She did talk about getting into bed with all the talent in
Really?
NXT. Yeah.
Well, she got in a
So,
squabble.
I guess we're trying to sign contracts.
Who was it that hit her in the
listen.
face? You remember?
Cool.
Somebody gave her the forearms to the face, and it was on the ground during her signing. You remember? It was Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence, I think that's what they call it.
Maybe.
The trio kind of jumped on her, but she held her own.
Okay.
Looking forward to seeing what that looks like.
I also am looking forward to seeing what that looks like, JP.
But unfortunately, the champion is a champion.
Right. Well,
I mean, but that's her job. She's the champion until Blake takes it, I'm guessing.
It sounds like that.
we'll
Or-
get there.
or
But I think
Jordynne
Jada
Grace.
Parker
But unfortunately, Jordan Grace with the new entrance music, I guess not.
Ooh.
Jada Parker is a big contender right there.
Big contender.
Big contender.
Huge.
Probably
the largest.
Dreaming of hopping into bed with the kind of talent in that women's locker room.
Ooh.
Where's she from originally?
This is the best women's division in the world.
I don't say UK.
And I've been
right?
dreaming of hopping into bed with the kind of talent in that women's locker room.
But you see, this is a soft
Yo, she
push.
Yo, she looks a
into
lot like
what
Maurice.
Tony Storm is doing.
She looks a lot like Maurice.
Yeah.
And this is the I feel like NXT's version of it, right?
Yeah. A little bit more PG.
She's talking about. I mean,
Tony's like tits out, and all
fair.
that shit.
That's fair.
Shout out to the first place we actually saw Miss Blake Monroe.
Oh,
And that was none other than New Texas Pro
Hey.
at their WrestleMania show, I believe about 3 years back at this point. So,
the bad guys like themselves some little bit of Texas Pro
New
rap.
Texas Pro was good.
we love following the
We
talent.
coming.
That's what she said.
We don't know yet, but we coming.
Brace yourselves.
Speaking of brace yourselves,
Shiloh Hill.
We got some HPC of the week to throw at
Yes.
us. So
Shiloh Hill. Oh,
I'm gonna throw.
I thought you were gonna brace yourself.
Nah,
Throw one.
yeah, is that where we want to go? We want to go.
I just
Shiloh
said
Hill?
brace yourselves. I'm like,
'Cause-
damn,
all right.
brace yourselves. That's what I thought we were headed. But we don't
So
have to head there.
ladies
You the
and
DJ,
gentlemen.
bro. I'm just the music trying to play.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not been following Shiloh Hill on social media, stop what
or on
you're doing.
LFG.
You're missing cinema.
You
Big
are
facts.
missing all of it.
And remember, you got to take a bite out of his social media to lose some teeth, and figure out what's going on, because this shit's getting crazy, folks. The
So-
dark web.
Some time ago, and look, I'm right on his social media. Some time ago, my man went on the dark web, and if you guys don't know what the dark web, I'm not gonna sit here and explain it to you, but I am
go on
gonna
the
tell
internet
you.
and you turn off the lights.
I'm gonna tell you, it's not a great place to be. The dark web sells some illegal shit, things that you don't want to know, things that you don't want to see, and all that good stuff. And if you scroll back, you'll see that there was some time ago where he went on social media. He bought some shoes from a website that was sketchy as hell, had random shoes with blood on them. The only thing that could be described as blood. All the shoes had names and ages. This is a sketch. Look at these bloody shoes, man. This is a sketchy ass website. So I don't know. He took it upon himself to document this journey. And if you have not been following this journey, I highly recommend that you take a swan dive into this pool of darkness. Because
Just want to put a disclaimer out there. Sounds about white.
my man,
It's just what every horror movie's built on.
this is the whitest shit I've
All
ever
I'm
seen
saying
in
is
my
never
life.
people of color, people
Yo.
with street smarts or
Hey, shouts
savvy
to Woody.
that lean into shit like this.
My man got.
Continue.
Do
You
you
got
know how
Lumino?
many people I know who are deep into the IT field, and not one single one of them are like, "Hey, let me go onto the dark web and order bloody shoes."
Even Cardi B, who claims to have bloody shoes, they going so this is bloody shoes, right?
The Lumino confirmed that was blood on those shoes. He goes, buys a VCR because motherfuckers ain't got VCRs because they sent him a VCR with the shoes.
That's crazy.
And the VCR was full of weirdo clips. Like he talks about being sick to his stomach. Just odd shit on these tapes.
I have no idea.
You've got to follow the story along. Basically, you get clips like this of people who are not moving wearing some of the shoes on that website. He goes further to note that the shoes that he was wearing had trackers in them.
What?
There's a whole GPS tracker in one of those shoes. He goes even further to hack it. Right?
Yo, so you gotta know he's no idiot. This guy has his
This is when
own.
they hack your computer. Today's your lucky day. So on my desk right here,
I'm not gonna go through this whole video, but look, it shows you like him using hacking software to kind of
He's
track
smart.
certain
He
things.
has his own AI bot that he keeps around the house that he built himself, so he knows what he's doing. This is crazy. This is next level
he
shit.
notices that there's a SIM card on the tracker. Fucking jailbreaks it, puts it on a phone. He gets a burner phone, right?
hearing them. I figured out that the tracker was trying to send my location to a phone number, and so today on my live stream, I called it. I know who you are. I know what you did. And if you found this number, hella seductive.
He's kind of seductive.
I know Russ probably trying to be scary, but that sounds like hell. Like sounds like why is he moaning into the phone?
Why is he moaning on me? I think he's enjoying this.
You are.
I'm going for you, Hogan.
Yeah, but then he says I'm gonna pay that price.
Yeah,
Yo.
I don't like that.
And we're gonna see where this goes.
All right, we'll see you in a few
I
years.
need everyone to jump on the rest of this story. You gotta jump on the rest of this
If
story.
you do, you are a witness to what's about to happen.
We need witnesses. Hold
Because
on.
listen, all I know is those were threats and guarantees, not only in videos and in voicemails. And this man is leaning in deeper. I don't know if when he lost his tooth, he lost some of his. But good Lord have mercy.
We here
There's
for
some
it.
things you don't play with. There's some things you don't question. There's some things you don't dig deeper into. Because you, at the end of the day, you know if you dig too far, you're gonna find some bones, right? That man's about to get bones sent to his house.
Oh my God.
And he out here smiling. Folks, just Shiloh Hill, promising career, was an LFG. Hey man, if something happens, bro,
I think you need
I
to
don't
move.
play with this shit. I don't play with this
move.
shit. He needs witness protection. Like, whenever they send you some shoes with GPS on there, that's crazy. That's crazy. Not even Suge Knight.
Speaking of crazy, I got a heel for y'all. This
Okay.
crazy heel of the
Talk about
week.
it. Talk about it.
JD McDonough
That's what my huevo.
with a savage heel of the week.
That was my
post.
pop of the week, bro.
Oh, okay, we can share that
Shit,
one.
Is he the savage
Talk
or is
to him,
Corey
old
Graves the
school.
savage?
Because he came back with a lashback. Mr.
Corey Graves, in his infinite sarcastic wisdom, decided he needs to go in on JD McDonough and talk about it was not his fault that his head built like a Minecraft character. Well,
is he, Steve?
JD McDonough for
Mine
years
kinda.
was known as the import killer. Okay, the Irish ace, and he's showing a little bit of that Irish wit. When he came back and he said it's not his fault that Corey Graves gets relegated every time Pat McAfee is available.
Wow. Ouch.
Every time Pat McAfee's available.
I'm not going to lie, because when they did announce Corey Graves to be helping Cole this week, I was like, shit, where the fuck is Pat?
Pat's on vacation.
So, ouch. Ouch, McDonough. You have one heel
That tells
and
me
pop
two things. That tells me
of the
two
week.
things. One, he took that offense to that.
No.
Two, JD
Captain Obvious.
McDonough's been made fun of about his head size for a long time.
Yeah, he had that one in the
Because
back.
that was in the back. That one was like right here.
He had
That one was like,
He had
oh,
that
word?
already. He had that already.
Come on, go. And you want more? Like,
Oh,
there's more in the
no.
bag.
You can't have that iconic of a head and not have stuff ready to go.
Listen, when you have a double X football helmet, you know
Yo.
you're going to have some comments made.
When your hat is an improper fraction, you know it's a
Damn, I'm 7'5'8". Is that?
problem. You don't know math. First of all, anybody that tagged along with that, you need remedial math. I had a pop of the week.
Yeah.
I had a pop of the week, and it was this one right here. This motherfucker, MJF, comes out just shitting on Mystico week after week. And AEW has this show in Mexico now. Yo, Mexicans don't play with their Mystico.
No,
All right?
apparently not.
MJF got assaulted in the hotel after the show
That's crazy.
because of how hard he went. He was proud of it. And it reminds me of all the conversations that we've had in the past. Of how heel work hasn't gotten that kind of reaction before. We talk about
Ric Flair,
the
Puerto
Bruiser,
Rico.
right? We talk about
All
like
you got to do is go to Puerto Rico, apparently.
like a Piper.
Yep.
right? Piper. We talk
Piper.
about like Jack Veneno.
Yep.
Which
Batteries
is what I
being
thought-
thrown, right?
Which is what I thought he was gonna
Yeah, I
say.
did think that too.
Ric Flair, pushing out.
But you see how the world changes now. You see how the seed has been planted. 'Cause I don't have to say it no more. Folks. They say it for me.
But big props for MJF to get that on 2025. You know.
He was about to be Sin Cara.
Sin nalgas.
Sing nalgas. Well, Jordan Grace
That's what I want to find out.
Yeah, Jordan Grace might want to start coming out sing música.
Sin Anton.
This is Jordan Grace's new theme, ladies and gentlemen. What in the generic wrestler number 14 is this?
That is Monday Nitro Jobber number 25 coming out.
She makes it look good.
We all love us some Jordan Grace, but
For sure.
man,
That was ass.
the fact that
What do the
Little
fans feel
Mama
about it?
Pump is in the company that has the rights to Big Papa Pump's theme, and it's like, nah, we're not gonna pull the trigger.
I mean, I think there's a lot of conversations to be had before that. Maybe that's the case now, after this reaction. But she deserves better. I think that's what the reason we're
Wait.
saying it. She deserves better. She is right now a main eventer in the women's division in NXT, and you give her generic wrestler number 15 as her music of choice.
That shit is ass, bro.
That's
Terrible.
legitimately Raw versus SmackDown, the default entrance as they come out.
When your TNA entrance is better, that's a problem.
Hey, listen, TNA
Because it wasn't bad.
TNA has had some banger entrances. We don't need
I
to go that
know,
way.
but I'm saying if you're gonna get that promotion, if you're gonna level up,
You would think.
it would only get better.
Yo, she hears it. And so
Yeah.
does the WWE Universe, because she said, I know what the streets are saying, but y'all better suspend that disbelief and vibe with it.
Got it.
You
Damn
know
it.
we got to vibe with it if we put some lyrics to it, maybe.
That's what she said. She said, we're not changing it, and that's it.
No,
Así viene sándwich.
Listen,
Well,
you better
this
take
team, like-
advantage that first class is on the roster
Wow.
I'll tell you what,
and have them throw some bars on that because that's terrible.
if they don't change it, the crowd will.
Definitely, I think this match is more crucial than anything. I think.
Fire Death Rebel.
It's the first time these two have met me.
Wow.
And for that to take over a match
Wow.
says a lot.
That's
And what
Homework!
a what a lovely match.
We
with,
need
Lola
some
Vice.
homework. I think that's what we need. We need some homework. We need to like figure out who Def Rebel locked in. Like who did they knock out of the park? What song did they get right? Because there's a lot of
It's few and
Let's look it
far
up.
between,
a lot of
ladies and
negatives.
gentlemen. We will probably not find the end of that.
we
fool.
probably not be back for you next week live.
wanna
Dixie
throw this up
Carter's
there.
husband has put out more banger wrestling themes than Def Rebel has.
But here we go. Per bodyslam.net, there are internal discussions about
So Def
else?
Rebel, FYI,
this motherfucker.
is responsible for main event ish,
Yeah.
Demon in Your Dreams, Rhea Ripley,
Bah.
Night Vision, LA Knight,
Demon in
My
is the
Brother's
only one.
Keeper, MFT.
They hit a home run with Rhea Ripley.
You Don't Want None, AJ Styles.
No. Oh
A Storm Is Coming, Jade.
no.
It
Who Want It, Javon Evans.
No.
I thought that was
Conquistar
CFO.
Andrade.
No.
Welcome to LA Knight. Bailey, Role Model. Destined for Greatness, Braun Breaker.
Ah.
Still the Baddest, Damage Control. Remember the Name, Austin Theory.
Rhea Ripley is the only track that they've done.
Chelsea Green, Hot Mess. Death Waltz, Igor Dragunov. Triumph, Lyra Valkyria. Wow. So yeah, essentially all of it has been Def Rebel.
No. Just Rhea. I give him Rhea. That's it.
I mean, a lot of those have not had none of those have been a problem like this one has.
Yeah.
We can say that for sure.
It's
They
like
dropped
they're-
the ball.
It's like they're not even trying anymore.
It's like they weren't high while they're making it. Got it.
They're like, you know what? Just
The
put
creative
default
juices
in.
weren't creating.
Yo, that Rebel's just awful. They're just not good.
You know what it feels like? It
That
feels
crowd?
like they were used to Vince abusing them, And now that they have a nice boss, they're like, fuck this shit.
So you're saying fear is the motivation?
Yeah.
I think they were like, fuck this shit before that. If we being
But
honest,
at least it was
like,
passable.
No, but I would say this is the worst one we've heard
Yeah.
thus far. Because the Jay shit is alright. The Braun Breaker is alright. Like nothing is like obscene. Like, to
Pence's
this
is
degree.
okay, but it could be better.
Whose?
Pence's.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
It's not
Considering
bad.
the little slow walk he does, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
works with it.
Nah, the Penta presentation has been dope.
Yeah.
That shit's been
I think
fire.
that's what I'm saying. I think this has been the worst of it all. And if 1 out of 30 is not great, I mean, hey, it's good odds. So let's have a little
But
grace
it hasn't been 1 out of 30, JP.
Let's have a little Jordan
It's been
Grace
like
here.
14
Huh?
out of 15.
Let's have a little Jordan Grace over here, huh? What'd you say?
No.
That's what John
Only if
Dustin
she
says.
joins Seth Rollins' group and his
Ooh.
new stable.
I heard some names.
But
I heard some names.
I like Becky Lynch better.
I heard some names.
So have I.
Who'd you hear?
Well, Becky Lynch came out in her Chicago gear, Wisconsin.
That was beautiful.
Very
That was
nice.
beautiful.
Her
I like
husband's
that.
a-
I like
a
that.
Chicago
I
Bears
like that touch.
fanatic.
Yeah, you know that was
Makes
his
sense.
jacket.
Definitely. They're definitely adding extracurricular activities in that jacket. But I heard
Talking about.
good old Ricky Starks, Ricky
Hey,
Saints,
Ricky
Saints,
Saints. I like that.
potential member,
I like
as
that.
well as on Time to Turn the Pages and Page.
Ethan Page.
Name being thrown out there too as well.
You know who I wouldn't mind? Carmella.
Carmella. Oh,
Carmelo?
Carmelo? Yes.
I think Carmelo fits.
I
he
think
fits.
Carmelo would fit.
I think they should have done that instead of Miz. For him.
Miz.
Sure. But it's just, the thing is with Carmelo, it's going to bring a different element to what they have already, which is why it would work. Because you can't put another big, brolic person in there, right?
Why not? What if they just break brolic people?
I mean,
Other than
sure.
Seth Rollins,
But then you're giving the same shit, right?
I guess.
Like, there's some people that when you go to takeout and they give you the bag and they put extra stuff in the bag that are very thankful. And then some people say that's excessive.
You know who someone that I think could fit the vibe. Because I think like this vibe is like a deadly alliance. Like this is a murderer's row of wrestlers, right? We got Bronson Reed, who could be very intense, very big human being, right? We got Braun Breaker, who him and just in and of itself, he's a fucking beast. Seth Rollins, who is a cerebral assassin in his own space. Dragunov, I think could fit the vibe in a different way.
Yeah.
I think he brings a level of just like ruthless aggression, if you will, that the group can benefit from and can vibe off of. Right? It's not completely off. Right? Like they're all assassins. Right?
And that would be nice.
But he's got like a different sauce to it. You know what I'm saying? Like he
I'll give
does
it
it
a
a different
different
way. All right, who you got?
I like where you're headed. I like the direction. That's why we get along so well. Great ideas. You're a doctor.
Let's make this a doctor's appointment.
How about instead of Dragunov,
Not that kind of doctor, but
I gotta check
how
some my
about
insurance.
how about the bruiserweight, Pete Dunne?
Ooh, I can see that.
He needs something to do.
See
Desperately.
that.
And then what I love about that too is that you're also making it a worldwide situation at that point, right? Bronson Reed.
That's how I felt with the
Right.
with the Dragunov as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
it becomes
Pete Dunne fits that as well.
You know what would be an interesting dynamic? But it would almost be, if you put him in here, it's like, well, when the group breaks apart, the first person that's feuding is with this guy, is Mr. TikTok himself, Karrion Kross.
Oh, okay. I think
Karrion
I just think he's
Kross.
so overdue for like a
If
singles
the killer needs to come out, right? What better place than in a group of killers?
Yo, you know what's crazy,
that's,
bro?
That's pretty good.
You know
I like that.
You know who knows how to cool down a hot street?
Triple H.
Yeah. Because Karrion Kross has so much fucking pull and heat right now, and people are loving it, and they booked him less every time.
I think his time's coming though. We're marinating to.
We thought
to
his
it.
time was coming Money in the Bank, wasn't it?
No, but I think it's.
We thought his time was coming versus Randy Orton.
No, it's intensifying now. Now he's in more.
I feel
out
like
there.
it's
The crowd is more
it's
behind
slow
him.
right now.
You know what it feels
haven't seen
like?
much of
It feels like Zack Ryder.
Why do you say that? I disagree wholeheartedly.
In the sense that he's been building momentum behind the scenes, and in front of the screen, they're
Nothing's
like, "Nah, we don't want
Nothing,
to
yeah.
see that." It's not that he doesn't have the tools; it's just they're not the tools they want him to show.
We don't want to show that. I can see that.
I mean, I want to see it. He was biting his wife's ass this week.
That was good.
That's not what he
That's a
grabbed
good way to
her
get
ass and he
over
bit
it
his finger.
online.
Well, that's what I wanted.
He
him to
did
do.
not.
Yeah, he got over
feel-
online.
I feel
No, he's Puerto Rican, right?
I don't know why you want to watch him bite his wife's ass, but
Because it's erotic.
That's
There's
I-
a channel for that.
this
That's all the damn
and it's
time,
not on the
folks,
CW.
that we have for you and this channel. But if you want to go follow on that channel, be right our
You know
guest.
why?
We
'Cause I
appreciate
can't
y'all
do it.
for pulling up each and every week.
That's his wife.
Facebook, Twitch,
Enjoy.
TikTok, Instagram, all your platforms. We get your bad guy fixed. We on it. Thank you for being part of it. Appreciate y'all. Stay tuned for the No
Ooh.
Nice Things 3.
And some words of wisdom
You already know.
by Brody King himself.
Oh, talk to him.
Peace.
Peace.
Enough said.
That was good. That's a good way to end.